They're saying 2 to 4 inches of snow tonight. So we'll see. See how. Oh yeah, fried chicken. Chicken thighs on the grill. Looking mighty fine for dinner. Got the generator running. We got to charge a few things. Maybe we'll watch a movie tonight or something. See how that goes. Tomorrow we're planning on bringing lunch out, cooking out on the stove out at the spot out there where we're at. Going in the truck about 11:30 and cooking on the Coleman stove. So that cooler right here, that thing is just chock full of food. You would be amazed how much food is in there yet. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I got my old-fashioned glasses out, my brand new glasses. I've had them for less than 30 days. God dang screw fell out of them. Lens fell out in the whole 9 yards. So I wasn't too happy about that. But yeah, these all are, I don't know. Just crazy. Spend that kind of money for glasses, you think they last longer. These Dollar General store glasses have lasted almost 2 years. So, but no, little barbecue chicken on a grill and maybe a movie, or depends, maybe it's bedtime. It was a rough day falling in that creek this morning. Boy, I'm still got the chills from it. But, well, I guess I can laugh about it now. Well, it's Saturday morning, about 8:30. I am going to take that blind out of that new spot that I shot that doe in last night, and take that and put it over on that ridge for this afternoon hunt. Tomorrow we're supposed to have, tomorrow, and part of Monday we're supposed to have the south wind, so that should be good for that area. Paul, he went out this morning back to his spot. There's a lot of fresh sign from yesterday. He helped me get that deer out. We had to track that deer a long ways. We found it in that bog, and then he came back and got his jet sled, which made it a lot easier getting it back to right where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna go get that down and then go do that and then go back to camp and do some cleaning up, picking up some stuff. I'm gonna run the generator and vacuum the place, and probably head to town, get some gas for the generator in my truck. And this afternoon I'm gonna go out on that ridge and hunt that ridge. Kind of excited about hunting that ridge. There's a lot of deer sign over there, but you needed the right wind to do it. So anyways, stick with me. We'll see you later. There's my new setup on the downside of this ridge. It's 65 yards from where I'm at. And then through there's a run coming up out of that swamp in there. So I'm gonna get out of here and come back for the evening hunt. We're on our way out. This will be another new area to hunt. I've never hunted it, but I had trail cam back here from Labor Day weekend, and I had a few different bucks, bear up the wazoo. That's why I call it Bear Ridge. bear scat everywhere, bobcat, weasels, otters, skunk, numerous different does with 2 fawns. But I was talking to a guy, he was on the road out here, and he seen a doe with 3 fawns. So that's odd for up here, unless one of the other one's mom died and the other doe took it in. I don't know, that's possible. But no, it's 1.8 miles from where my truck's parked to back into here. So I'm looking forward to it. I've hunted two different new areas this year and got 2 deer. So season's going pretty good. Today's the Saturday, the 20th, I believe. I've seen 13 deer. Now, to many of you, you probably see that in a day where you hunt, but that's pretty good for the UP. I've seen 2 wolves already. I was driving in that was before the season started. Driving in the truck on the trail that leads back here when I was setting up blinds. This particular ridge I'm on, Paul, he's a tree stand hunter. He likes to hunt out of a saddle. So I picked this ridge out for him. But he's gonna sit on the ground. He said I never hunted out of one, but he said it's hard with all big, bulky, heavy clothes on. So we lost a lot of the snow again. Same thing like opening day, it snowed, and by 2 o'clock it was gone. But there's patchy snow here and there, but yesterday morning was beautiful. It's a good thing we had what snow was left for tracking that doe I shot last night. I'll explain a little bit about that. The UP, the southern half, but pretty much south of 28, had doe permits. They handed out 1,000 for the west end and 1,000 for the eastern end. 2 different units, 351 and 352. My cabin's classified in the western end, which I'm about in the middle, 85 miles west of the bridge. But my son and I applied and we got picked. And I told you before, I'm a meat hunter, so I don't mind shooting a doe. It's meat in the freezer, but she didn't want to go down, and when we found her, she was still trying to get up. Found her in a bog way back over in that new spot we were hunting. But so we haven't been able to shoot does up here pretty much since we owned the cabin. I mean, back in the early days you could with a bow and arrow. And I'm in Schoolcraft County, and they had doe permits up to as far west as Mackinac County, which butts right into my county. So people say, well, the low deer count, this and that, but I mean, there's probably 15, 20 does per buck up here. I mean, you used to see doe after doe after doe, and yesterday was the first doe I seen. But you don't get you got spikes and little bucks breeding up here because there's so many does. The big mature ones can't get them all. And there's really no competition. So I know there's probably a lot of people thinking, well, they shouldn't have doe permits for up here, but I don't see nothing wrong with it. It ain't like down home where you can go buy 10 a day or 10 a season or whatever it is now. That's ridiculous. And now the doe permits are universal, which means you can use it anywhere you want. But up here you have to have that access permit, which I applied for. It was $5. However, it took me 3 different license agencies up here to get the access permit because no one knew what the heck I was talking about. Well, they're sold out. They're sold out. I'm like, no, they're not sold out. You got to have a special access thing. Then the one lady tried to charge me $5. I'm like, no, it's free. And she's like, honey, there's nothing free in this state. I'm like, no, they're free. So I had to get out my email and from the DNR and show her. And she goes, well, that don't mean nothing to me. But the DNR is making things complicated for these people. They don't know what the heck they're doing. I mean, even down home, you go to try to get a license and they're confused. They have no idea. Well, I don't know how to do that, or I don't know how to do this. And but anyway, I talked to the DNR officer up here, and he told me, well, if I shoot one, don't worry about the access permit until you get ready to transport it home. I said, okay. So I was at the store 2 nights ago, and I asked the lady about it. She goes, yeah, I just did one today. I said, oh my God, I give you a kiss. I said, nobody knows nothing about it. And I blame that on the DNR. I mean, they could have sent, why waste a piece of paper that just says you got to write your license number on it? Why didn't they just send you something in the email to print out or whatever instead of all the mass confusion? What I'm trying to say is the DNR makes things more difficult than it is, at least in Michigan. I don't know about other states, but handing out 10 doe permits, really. And now I hear this year they only sold like 400,000 hunting licenses or deer licenses. Supposedly last year with COVID, they had over 1 million, which I find that hard to believe. They'd never sold that many licenses. To go from over 1 million to 400,000. So makes you wonder what is really going on with, what they'll do now with make up the lost revenue in money. Supposedly, they said it's the lowest they've ever sold. So I don't believe anything that comes from the DNR. That's just my opinion. And I'm sure there's some other Michigan hunters out here that feel the same way I do. It's just the way they do things is stupid. But 10 doe tags, really? And I share the same feeling as some others that there is not as many deer in this state as they think there is. There's just no way. I do a lot of traveling for work and even around home, and you used to see deer all the time, and you don't see them like you used to. So, but anyways, I didn't mean to rant, but I just got a bad feeling that hunting in this state's going down the wrong road, you know. And the muzzleload hunt down in southern Michigan, you can use a shotgun. Now, what's the sense of having a muzzleload season? I mean, up here in the UP, you have to use a muzzleloader. But then in December, you can't use a crossbow in the UP. I mean, it don't make sense. Why have a muzzleload hunt, but yet allowed to use a shotgun? If anybody knows, let me know, because that don't make sense at all. I thought it was only going to be a one-time deal last year, and now I see again this year it's the same thing. They shortened the muzzleload season in southern Michigan and northern lower Michigan to like 10 days or 2 weekends, 2 weekends. So it'd be like 10 or 12 days or whatever. And it's the same season now as up in the UP. It was only so long, and downstate it was like 2 weeks, and now they're all the same. I mean, that's all right, but seriously, shotguns during muzzleload season down home? Why don't you just have the rifle season extended? I mean, that's pretty much what it's like. So, well, I'm back to the truck. I'm gonna go back and get the water jugs. I'm gonna take the water jugs in and get filled, and I need to get gas for my truck, and I need to get gas for the generator. So, and then have a small lunch and then come back out here. And like I said, Paul, he's sitting out all day. He's down at our new spot down there. He's gonna sit all day. I dropped him off this morning, and then I'll come out here, and then I'll go pick him up after the night hunt. So, talk to you later. I'm out at the spot. As you can tell, I'm shooting uphill. I got my mesh screen in, and I slit a hole in it down here. So, but I don't know. Didn't look this steep when I was standing up there, but it's gonna have to do now. Just sit back and wait. It ain't that far uphill, but it's definitely uphill. I can't lean back in my chair, because I'll tip over. But there's 2 runways, about 40 yards up that way. Coming out of the thick stuff back in there. Coming up to the runway on the ridge. So, it's 12:30. So we'll stay out here till dark. Well, it's 2 o'clock. I haven't seen nothing. Heard a couple shots about 15 minutes ago. Over behind me a ways. But just checking in. The wind's starting to pick up. Calling for high winds. Rain and snow tomorrow. 25 plus mile an hour winds. But they're going to be out of the south again. Southwest, so I can still hunt this. But I don't know, back here with these pines, it don't take much to blow them over. Be like a widowmaker, land on the blind. So we'll play it by ear. But no, I talked to Paul, he hasn't seen nothing. He's been out since 6:30 this morning. So, makes for a long day. I've been there, done that. That was my game plan for tomorrow. So, we'll play it by ear. Paul's got 2 more days, and then he's leaving. He's got tomorrow on Monday. And he's leaving Tuesday morning. And then Tuesday night, my son and one buddy will be up. And the other 2 are coming Wednesday afternoon sometime. So we're having a good time at camp. It's always a good time at camp no matter what. And with all the mishaps that have happened to me, falling in the creek, falling in that bog last night, getting that doe, leaving my clip at the cabin one morning. I mean, what else could go wrong? So, I keep watching. Back over here, I keep hearing stuff. That's part of that ridge. It goes way down in. There's like a miniature lake back there. That's where a lot of bear sign is. But I don't need to be seeing one of them. So, anyway, we'll talk to you a little bit. Well, it's 4:15. Paul just texted me. He hasn't seen nothing. I feel bad for him. He had high hopes over there. But I just got a text message that the local high school football, Marine City, is going to Fort Field for a state championship next week. Division 5. That's good. They beat Portland 27-7. So congrats to them guys. Going to Fort Field. But I haven't seen nothing out here since I've been out here. So just thought I'd check in. The winds are picking up a little bit. So I was gonna put a wrap on today. I didn't hunt this morning. I just came out here to put this out. I went and took it down from that where I shot that doe. Then I put it out here. Went to town, got gas in my truck and generator, and here we are. But I know there's deer back here because I got pictures and there's a sign everywhere. So I still got another 8 days. So I'm not too concerned because I already got a couple hanging. I'd like to see that one that was on my trail camera. That was just a couple days before opening day. One picture was in daylight early, like 8 o'clock-ish, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And the other ones are at night, like 3, 4 in the morning. But that ridge out there, they're using that heavy. Not just him, everything. So, anyway, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I haven't seen nothing. However, there was 2 shots about a half hour ago. It sounded like they were right next to me. I about jumped out of my chair. They were so close. So I didn't really see anybody coming in or parked by me, but wow. I almost took cover underneath on the ground here. That's how close they were. But it was due west of me, those shots. nobody talking or nothing, so I don't know. But they were close. So, hope nobody was messing with the truck or whatever, because I've heard horror stories in the past. Guys' trucks getting messed with on state land, and we're hunting state land. I told you back in my first video, I've never had any issues except, or anybody walk up on me or any of that, or me walk up on them. The only problems I had was my trail camera getting smashed and the SD cards out of some other trail cameras getting taken. But that's the only issue I've had in all the years we've hunted up here. So, but I'm gonna stick it out another hour and then head to the truck. And I got about a 20-minute drive up to two-track to where Paul's at. And I just texted him a few minutes ago and he still hasn't seen nothing. He put some bait out and on a runaway back there, and nothing's hit it since his first sit, and that was Wednesday. And here we are Sunday. So there is a fresh scrape out here that has been tore up since I put this blind up. It was small, and now it's twice the size it was the other day. I'll show a clip of it when I leave out of here. There's a good chance that I may just come back later and take the blind down. I don't know yet. Depends on where he's gonna go. So, but it's cold right now. It's in the 20s, and the wind is starting. They said it was gonna start around 11, 12 o'clock, and only get stronger as the day goes on. So, we'll see. But for now, we'll get back at it. Here's that scrape I was telling you about. Above all this, that's broken off right there. Just seems kind of late in the season for that. I mean, it was smaller, and all of a sudden it just, since Sunday, it was like this yesterday. But I don't know what you guys think, but it's weird seeing it this late. But he tore this stuff out of here. So, thought that was pretty interesting. Here's another one that was, I didn't see it this morning coming in. That doesn't mean it wasn't here, but that was not here yesterday. And it's probably about 100 yards from the one that's up there by my blind. So it just seems odd to me that they're making them this late. Well, it's 11:30 on the 21st. Just come out. Let me know what you guys think on those scrapes. I mean, I thought it was too late to be doing that. 21st of November. I mean, the first one was made since Sunday, because it wasn't there Sunday when I went and took the camera down the day before opening day. That first one I showed you wasn't there. And then I came out here yesterday and it was there. And I came out here this morning and now it's twice the size as it was when I first seen it. And then walking out, I showed you that second one. That's new too. Um, I didn't see it yesterday, but I know dang well it wasn't there Sunday. But and they're about 60 yards apart. So I'm baffled on that because usually that stuff's done by now. The scraping and the rubbing and all that, as far as I knew. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have ever seen it this late in the season. Here in Michigan, anyway. I mean, I know down south, probably the rut hasn't even started yet. But no, I'm on my way to go get Paul and see what his game plan is for this afternoon. And then I'll be back out here for the afternoon hunt, and then I'll take this stand down after the afternoon hunt tonight. So we'll talk to you later. I'm back waiting for Paul where the road dead ends. Well, here he comes. Loading his gun across the creek that I fell into. There's some thick stuff back in here. Gonna make her?